Welcome back to my deck. It's just too nice to film inside. Hey friends, and welcome back to Sewing from Scratch. I am Kate, and this is where I teach you everything I know about sewing, and we learn more together along the way. The day I'm filming, I think it's supposed to be like 29 degrees Celsius, and then tomorrow's supposed to be like 34 or something like that. So it's just, I gotta be outside. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about vinyl cutters and how you can use them in the sewing room. I personally have the Cricut Maker, and that's the only one I've ever used, so that's kind of what I'm going to be referring to. But if you have something different, it should have most of these capabilities. It might not have all of them. And basically, I'm just going to be giving you some ideas, some inspiration. If you want to see specific videos on any one of these, leave me a comment down below and let me know that, and I'll see what I can do. So I did just want to mention that you don't need to pay for the Design Space subscription. I don't even remember what it's called, but you pay a monthly fee and you have access to, or maybe it's called Cricut Access. Whatever. You have access to all of these designs and fonts and everything else. You can get all of that for free online. There's tons of sites that you can find free things. So don't think that you have to pay for the Cricut membership to get all of the benefits of Cricut Design Space. You can easily import from other areas. There's tons of tutorials on that as well. So if that's something that's holding you back and you think that you have to pay this monthly membership, which is quite costly, you know, if you're not using it all the time, it is quite costly. So don't think that you have to pay that. I don't, and I get by just fine. So I think the number one thing that we think of when we think of vinyl cutting and sewing together is heat transfer vinyl, and that's basically when you cut out vinyl and you iron it down onto a garment. I have done this quite a lot. It's one of my favorite things to do for my kids, especially. I've done it for myself as well, and for my husband actually. But it's just a way to add a really personal touch to something that you're making. The sky is basically the limit on inspiration for this. You can do whatever you want. If it's a graphic, if it's a logo, a message that you want to share, anything like that is great to put on a t-shirt, or do something on like down the leg of a pair of pants or on the back of a jacket. Really anything goes. Maybe you're a small shop and you use, you know, handmade tote bags or something like that. You can use heat transfer vinyl to put your logo on there. There's also something called Infusible Ink. I have not personally tried it, although I want to. I just haven't done it yet. But this is where it's not vinyl, it's ink, and it infuses into the fabric. So it basically becomes like printed fabric, or that you know, fabric that you buy that has digital printing in it. It looks really great. As far as I know, Cricut is the only one who makes it. I could be wrong. Correct me down in the comments if I am. I would love to know that, but as far as I know, it is just Cricut that makes the Infusible Ink. Another way you can use your Cricut Maker or other vinyl cutter is with stencils. So this is more specifically, I'm thinking of if you're like painting on fabric. So again, for canvas bags, or if you do like I did when I did my potato stamping on my raw linen fabric, you can just have a stencil, do some painting with like a makeup brush or whatever paintbrush, and dab into the stencil, and you can have your own really unique design that you created yourself. Okay, two ways you can use it if you are a small shop and you sell your makes is for tags and for labels. Now you might think those are the same things, but I'm meaning them different. So tags, I'm talking about your price tag kind of thing. You might safety pin it to your item, and then you know, people can see the information about it without having to dig through the garment. So that would be something that you use the pen tool for. I really like the idea of a cutout, so maybe it's a heart, or maybe it's, if you have a really simple logo like a tree or something, you could do a cutout of that on your hang tags. That would be really cool. Now when I'm talking about labels, I'm talking about the part that goes in the garment. So this is probably going to say your size, it's probably going to say the washing instructions, anything like that. I like the idea of ironing it on too, but a more sustainable way might be the Infusible Ink. Just some way to put the information into the garment that you need for your compliance. Now something special, again I think to the Cricut Maker, maybe Silhouette has something now, but you can actually cut fabric with there's a special blade that you use, and you can cut fabric with the Cricut Maker. I have tried this, it works. I wouldn't say it saves any time over doing it by hand, especially if you're doing like batch cutting, but I've used it for some like really fiddly stuff. I did this reverse applique type thing on my little guy's sweater And I've also cut out like mask parts with it. There is a free pattern in the Cricut design space, so I have done that. Again, I wouldn't say it's the greatest. You do need the fabric mat and then the special blade, and it is kind of, you have to make sure that that fabric is stuck down there really well, I found. But it is an option if you're looking to do something really fiddly or a certain design that you found online and you cut it out and use it as an applique or something like that. I think that's where this option really shines. And along with that, I kind of touched on it, is patterns. So like I said, there's that mask pattern, there's other patterns you can find in Cricut Design Space, there might be patterns you find elsewhere online. You can plug those into Cricut Design Space and then cut them out on paper or cardstock, and that I do find useful because I guess it's just easier and quicker. It does have to be something smaller than like 11.5 by 11.5 because it needs to fit on the mat, or obviously if you have the longer mat you can go longer. But yeah, so I guess it's good for things like slippers or mittens or headbands or bows or something small that you don't need big pattern pieces for. And lastly, I was going to mention quilting designs or layouts, and I don't really know. I wrote this down and I'm trying to think of why or how it would work, but I feel like it would be good for quilting. You could do, you know, if you made your design or you got your design somewhere online, and then you could kind of break it up and put it on your fabrics or something like that. I don't know, I'm not a quilter, but if you are, let us know down in the comments if a craft cutting tool would be useful for quilting. So I hope that video gave you a little bit of inspiration on how you can use your machine for something other than card making or crafting. You can use it in your sewing room as well. And if this video was helpful for you, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for sticking to the end, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!